Hey guys, what's going on? In this video, we're gonna replace a head unit on 2020 BMW X5 G05. The reason we are replacing this one is because Bluetooth stopped working completely. The Bluetooth chip on a head unit actually went bad. So we got this one from eBay, from a junkyard car, a donor. So we're gonna go ahead and swap this out, and I'll show you how to code this because these head units are basically like a little computers, and they are then hard coded. So stick around till the end to see that. All right guys, before we get started, I want to explain you this real fast. So before you go the route of your entire head unit replacement, please do make sure it actually needs to be replaced. So mine has hardware Bluetooth chip failed, totally failed. And the way I can see that by scanning the car for errors. So if you need a scanner like this, I can put these in a description for you. This one is a little more advanced, but it does a lot more. And then there's another one that's less advanced if you want that just to scan and clear errors and do some simple diagnostics. So whichever one works better for you. But so yeah, once you scan the car, and I'll show you what error I have in a second. But another important information is that the head unit I'm using is used head unit from eBay. I bought it for $300, and it needs to be what they call virginized. You can't just put it in the car. It's not gonna work. Trust me. It is basically, let's call it hard coded to your VIN. So there's a company that virginizing these, basically making it as it was like brand new out of the box. And this is the only way to make this work. I will put their information in the description as well. It costs straight up $400, but no one does it cheaper, and there's no DIY software that you can get this done with, believe me. So this is the only most cost-effective way to completely replace your head unit and make it work on these newer BMWs. So again, let me show you how to scan the car for the hardware errors, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, so this thing's auto-detected. The moment I plug this in, and then I press the start-stop button for 3 times to go into diagnostics mode, but you don't even have to do that. Here's my VIN number for anyone that's interested. You can have a bunch of software issues that could be resolved with either a software upgrade or simply some simple Bluetooth connectivity troubleshooting. So you have to make sure it is indeed some kind of hardware issue before you proceed. You know, it's not cheap. Now you know. But yeah, it does this thing. It reboots the ECU. It's communicating with the vehicle, and I really like this because this tester does everything, guys. Everything. So that's why I invested in one that's a little more pricey, but you can get the one that's just does the. Okay, let's go back in here. Right there. Bluetooth B7F8BB HUH internal control unit fault Bluetooth chip. That right there tells me that my Bluetooth chip is dead, and that's why I need to replace the entire head unit. So might as well just keep going, guys. So we're gonna do this job as least intrusive as possible. Some people take this whole center console out, which is pain in the butt, trust me. So we're gonna go with the removing of this piece only, because the head unit sits literally right under all of this wireless charging crap and stuff. The first thing you want to do is you want to remove the side panels. I have mine already removed. They just pop right off. I'll show you. And then we'll get this one out of there and we'll go from there. Next thing, guys, we're going to remove this panel by simply pulling on it and getting the thing out of there that way. You can be kind of rough with it. It's just some clips, and boom, just like that. So once you get these panels off, there's a couple of Torx screws you have to undo. One is right there, mine's already out, and one is a little more of a pain. I'll show you how to get in there with the socket. On this side though, one of the T15 screws, the seat does not go back far enough, so you have to use a ratchet like this. But once you undo those two right here on each side, this thing should just pop right out. So the way I do it is I kind of open this up and I push this thing up like this. Oh, see? Glad it happened real time for you guys, because that's exactly how it's done. Be careful, there's a lot of wires you have to unplug from it, and then it'll just come right out. All right guys, so next thing, we have a lot of wires to disconnect here, and it's kind of hard to show real time, but just to give you an idea so you don't break off these tabs. These two white ones right here come out, you just pull them out, you don't have to press anything. This guy right here, the black one that sits underneath right here, there's a thing on the right side that you have to press in, so use a flathead screwdriver, press that in and then pull it out. That one was the hardest one for me. The burgundy looking one doesn't have anything, but the flathead screwdriver still helped me pull it out. And then the last one is this, the biggest one, harness with the lever. So you just pull on the lever and then that should come out. So, but to release the lever, there's a little tab you have to press like so. And then all of these wires are disconnected. We can safely remove the centerpiece completely. Next, we're removing the cup holder tray altogether. There's two T15s right here. Always a lot of crunchiness working with the plastics, which is scary. But there's a plug right here. And now that I got this thing flipped, there's 4 more plugs here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't film this real time because it's gonna be way too long. This is just to show you guys what to unplug, and please be careful. Alright guys, I have to show you this because some of these are so pain in the ass. There's a little hole that you have to stick your tiny screwdriver in, and then it will release the plug. Boom, like that. And then one last one, there's a USB plug back here as well. For this USB right here, you have to unplug. Alright guys, just to show you, because these are so pain in the ass. USB plug had a tab right there, and then this one had a little tab right there, and this one is the one with the pin. These are so pain in the ass. Alright, so I finally see the head unit. It's right there, right behind this air vent. So we're gonna go ahead and remove some more T15 screws, and then try to remove this air vent out of there, and hopefully we don't have to disassemble anymore. A lot of times you guys cannot reach these torque screws. I highly recommend a tool like this. Honestly, this is so cheap. I got it on Amazon. I will link in the description, but this thing had helped me with all my DIYs so much. I love it. Then this thing just simply comes up like this, and bam, we now have the access to the head unit, and this is as much of a disassembly as we have to do, guys. We're just gonna have to unplug all these harnesses and then replace her. All right, so this one had a little pull tab right there. You have, all right, and just like that, we have everything disconnected. Now we have to find some screws to get this thing out of there. All right guys, to get this unit out of there now, there's 2 screws from the side that's holding it. So one's here, right there, and of course one on the passenger side right there. So we'll get those undone and it should slide right out. And there we have it. The old unit is out. So just those 2 screws on each side is what's holding it in place. And our new to us unit will go back in. Just like that. Alright guys, so once the head unit quote has been virginized, the last piece is to program it to your car's VIN, and that's something that needs to be done remote. So you will need an Ethernet cable just like this, will be linked in the description for Amazon as well, and you will need a Windows laptop with TeamViewer installed, and that way the company that does the programming will remote in and get it all taken care of for you. Alright guys, pretty much this is how the setup is gonna look like. Ethernet cable going to a Windows PC with the TeamViewer on it. The remote, here we go, the remote folks are getting in there. And then as you can see, the company EM Performance. Alright guys, so I'm not gonna make this video any longer than it needs to be, but the coding was successful, the remote coding. I couldn't see the screen probably for security reasons, but it all went through very successfully. Just to show you, our original problem of course was the Bluetooth, but which means CarPlay wasn't working, but CarPlay is working perfectly now. The music works perfect, radio works, the maps are back. Everything is working fine. I earlier coded the cluster to an X5M look, and hopefully this video will help solve the headache you can experience with your head unit.